Now we have 22 of Australia's top Super Sedan drivers on the circuit to contest the running of the 1990-91 New South Wales Championship from this glorious facility in Wagga. Just on camera a short while ago you saw Peter Gudgeon and also Billy Roberts, two men that are very responsible for the smooth running of sedan racing in Australia, and it's great to have them here in Wagga. The field streams by now, the crowd on their feet here, the excitement is in the air. It should be a great race, a quality field of great drivers, and you couldn't ask for two harder chargers than the men on the front row in the shape of John Pine, reigning Australian champion, and Ron Pine. Atmosphere reaching fever pitch as the administrators let the fireworks go. They soar high above this beautiful Wagga Raceway, and it's about to come to you. Wagga Mobile Cranes present the New South Wales Super Sedan title to be contested over 40 laps, and what magnificent pictures they make. And what great pictures they make. Very expensive, very fast race cars on the racetrack. Drivers will be edgy. Buckle your seatbelts. It's all about to come your way. This will be a beauty. Alan Baker. Blue number 3 car will be starting from pole position. Baker hails from Cessnock, very popular driver. Certainly one that knows only one way to go, and that's flat chat. On the outside of him, Reverend Ronnie Pine. You saw him spectacularly win the opening event. Okay, we're just about set to go racing now with the 1990-91 New South Wales Super Sedan Championship. Away we go now. Ron Pine on the outside got the hole shot and blasted down the main straightaway and went into the first corner before anyone else does. Alan Baker in second spot in that blue car. And have a look at these cars rocketing up the back straight. They are flying on this beautiful racetrack. Ron Pine ducks it in low there and works his way around through turns 4. Now starting to head up the main straightaway once more. Oh, this is sensational racing. Look at Baker on the outside, trying to hold out a desperate John Pine, who's really starting to work overtime. And is he an aggressive driver, John Pine? Look at these three go now, up the main straight, up the back straightaway, coming into 3. Oh, look at Baker, he's cannon into Ron Pine, and Alan Baker has hit the fence in only the second lap of this New South Wales title, and that is tragic luck. Let's see how much damage is done to that car. He went in just a little bit too enthusiastically there. Ron Pine's pulled up on the main straight. He's seeking assistance. Here's the Wagga Mobile Cranes replay now. You can see Alan Baker desperate to hold out John Pine. Just went in a little hard there, clipped the back of Ronnie Pine's car and cannoned into the fence, and that is tragic luck for one of the guys that really could have figured in the result of this race. And the Wagga Mobile Cranes, of course, coming to the rescue to clear the salvage of that race car. Now we're set for a full race restart. Gee, that's not exactly what we wanted to see in the early moments of this race, but it's really shaping up to be a crackerjack race. Don't leave your seats, because Ronnie Pine on the inside of pole position, red and yellow car number 3, will be desperate to lead into the first corner. That's his brother John on the outside. Here they go now. Horsepower thumps to the ground. The flagman drops the green and away they go now. And 21 Super Sedans hurtle their way up the main straight of this beautiful racetrack. And have a look at them carving up the clay as they fly up the back straight right now. Ron Pine's your race leader. John Pine in second place in the pit crew special. Ron Pine doing a good job though. He's pinched a brake on this field and now starts to work his way up the main straightaway once more from brother John. And the amber orange caution lights have been brought on. Field starting to slow considerably because the Musselbrook driver, number 7 Ray Wright, has spun around on the back straightaway. And as a result, a full race restart will now commence. And Ronnie Pine, race leader, has also pulled up and walking away from his car. No idea what's wrong there as we go racing once more. John Pine found himself on pole position as a result of the exit of his brother. John Pine's your race leader now, goes up the back straight. Have a look at Stu Robinson in the 4 car. He's a real dynamic driver, this fellow, and he'll be really working overtime in the next couple of laps of this race to assert superiority. Look at these cars rocking and rolling as they come up the main straightaway, and the horsepower is really going to the ground, I can assure you. John Pine in front in the yellow number 1 car. John Brown from Newcastle in the white 6 car made a desperate lunge there, but got caught up in the loose stuff up top, and that's enabled John Pine, race leader, to bounce away once more. John Pine, let's watch him go now as he comes up the main straightaway. Stu Robinson is there in the number 4 car. That's Johnny Leslight, I think, on the outside starting to make a charge. Yes, it is in the 81 car. Hails from Lismore, a great driver. No spring chicken, with all due respect to Leslie, but a great race car driver, and he'll be pressing hard before too many laps unfold. Now as we speak, he's on the back of John Pine's car, moves up into second place. John Pine, your race leader. Look at Leslight now starting to pour on the pressure as he runs around the outside. Oh, great racing, you couldn't ask for better, as John Pine and John Leslight side by side go up the back straightaway. John Pine still in front, Leslight on the outside. Leslight puts the foot in the bucket. Pine still your race leader. As they come up the main straightaway once more, we have a new race leader because Johnny Leslight flew by on the outside. I got caught a little high there, and John Pine now comes back and says, "You're not going to take this away from me, son," and goes up the back straightaway, 4 car lengths in the advance of John Leslight. Now we watch them coming through turns 4 as they fly up the main straight once more. John Pine driving a very good race. He's a determined character. You saw Leslight take the lead from him, but Pine, never say die, came straight back. But look at John Leslight now as I speak, starting to launch another assault. Leslight in second place. This is where all the action in this event is, right up front where it should be. John Pine going for his 5th New South Wales state title is the race leader. Johnny Leslight in second place. Cars rocking and rolling, circuit starting to break up a little bit up high as they fly up the back straight once more. John Pine is doing it nicely. He's looking a little too good for the rest of the field at the moment as he works this beautiful car down through turn 4 and comes up the main straightaway once more. Leslight has dropped some ground there, and that's enabled Piney to take a very comfortable lead. He's already starting to lap slower cars now. We're watching John Pine, former Grand National star. He's won 4 New South Wales titles in Super Sedans, and he's obviously the reigning Australian Super Sedan champion. He's going to get a rest now. The field has been brought to halt because number 6, Keith Ruback, has come to halt in the back straight. And there's a picture of Ronnie Pine arguing with officialdom about something. Colourful character. This race is really starting to come alive. We now have John Pine set to do it all over again from pole position. John Leslight on the outside front row. Peter Garrett and Stu Robinson share the second row. Here we go now as all the horsepower is unleashed once more. Up the main straight they go, and they are really setting a cracking pace, let me tell you, as they go down the main straight. Great shot of the field as they pour through turns 1 and 2. And now come up the back straightaway once more. John Pine's your race leader and doing it very comfortably. Pine, he's very aggressive. He wants to win this race tonight. He didn't come all the way from Curry down to Wagga to run second, and that's reflecting in his driving style. He really is hard at it. John Leslight's going to have to be content to sit in second spot at the moment and just hope that John Pine makes a mistake and enables Leslight to make some ground up, because John Pine is really setting a scorching pace up front. There's great dicing. Stu Robinson currently third. He's got a problem now because Peter Garrett is working hard on the outside of him in that beautiful blue car. John Leslight second, Robinson third, and Garrett fourth. They've all got a lot of work to do because race leader John Pine is leading them a merry dance. Here he goes down the back straightaway now and goes through turns 3 and 4 and sets his sights on the main straightaway once more and comes by to tick up another lap in this 40-lap main event. John Leslight still in second place. It's pretty good racing for the minor placings as we watch John Pine now go up the back straightaway. Leslight now starting to have a problem with the fact that Stu Robinson is moving somewhat closer, but John Pine doing it very well, very easily, dances that car off turn 4 and up the main straightaway once more, and that shot shows how far ahead John Pine is. He's almost a length of the straight ahead. As John Leslight enters turn 1, John Pine is already halfway up the back straight. Here he goes now, John Pine, Australia 1 Pit Crew VN Commodore. Rockets down towards the main straightaway once more. John Leslight, I don't think is really overdriving at the moment. He's just taking it easy, conserving his tyres, and it's working okay. He's still in second spot. There's a long way to go. Oh, John Pine, the race leader. I can see John Pine's pulled onto the infield. John Pine has blown it. Terrible luck for the race leader, and that is going to elude John Pine of his 5th New South Wales state title. Darryl Farrelly is also going to round the back straight. Terrible luck for John Pine, but that is motor racing. And you can be rest assured this is going to change the complexion of this race now. Let's go trackside and talk with John Pine. John Pine going for your 5th New South Wales title tonight. What happened, mate? Very unlucky.
Well, it's the old story. Water pump belt broke and no power steering, no water pump. Temperature jumped up in the 240s and they're too expensive an engine to keep going. We wouldn't have made the rest of the distance, so it's the old thing. Pull on the infield and have to sit out and watch the rest of the guys go around and enjoy themselves. So basically a $20 part that you can buy at Kmart's cost you victory. That's about it in a nutshell. It's devastating for us because we're looking for the 5th one and we're looking good up the front. We thought we're doing it quite easy, but that's racing, and no matter what you check, it's always unpreventable. Probably a stone in the belt broke it, and that was it. So that was a good night to us.
Well, you've certainly got to feel sorry for not only John Pine, but also his hard-charging brother Ron. Two drivers that were in with a huge chance of taking out tonight's New South Wales state title. Hope you're enjoying the action on Sky Channel. Thanks to Wagga Mobile Cranes for getting us here as we get set to do it once again. And your race leader now is John Leslight. We've got 20 laps still to run. Plenty of time for anything to happen. Leslight's going to be a tough nut to crack though. Stu Robinson's got different other ideas though, because he's starting to make a charge at Johnny Leslight, who is now the race leader as he goes through turns 3 and 4 and now heads up the main straightaway once more. Stu Robinson's your second place car, and behind him Peter Garrett. These are three drivers that know their way around a speedway track, and they're also very good long distance drivers, particularly Johnny Leslight, who always used to figure so brilliantly in the East Coast Grand National Classic that used to be run over 75 laps at Lismore every year. Leslie had a fair share of luck there, I can assure you, and he really knows how to stick to his guns in these long distance races. As he goes up the main straightaway now, he's got plenty of work to do, because Stu Robinson and Peter Garrett all the time are starting to move somewhat closer. Look at Robinson now starting to make a charge on the outside. He seems to fancy the high running here, and here comes Robinson around the outside of Leslight. Leslight still in front, drifts up a little high there, and that had to put pay to any move that Stu Robinson had of going around the outside. Robinson won't give up though. Here he comes now, diving down low on the inside of John Leslight as these three sleek V8 race cars rocket their way down the back straightaway. Racetrack in sensational condition considering how much racing's been done on it, as the cars now pour off turn 4 and come up the main straightaway once more. Johnny Leslight doing it nicely. Stu Robinson's up a little bit in the rough there. He's now under siege from Peter Garrett on the inside. Johnny Leslight, your race leader though, is doing a good job of it, and he's up front leading this field coming down through turn 4 as he sets his sights once again on the main straight and comes across to greet the judges once more. Look at Stu Robinson working down on the low line. That's the place to be as far as I'm concerned. That's the fast line, and Robinson's starting to wake up to it. Leslight doing it in front. He's leading Stu Robinson. We still have a third place man in the shape of Peter Garrett, who's also doing a good job. As about 18 laps still face us now from Wagga International Raceway. We're watching your race leader John Leslight under siege from Stu Robinson. Look at Robinson working away on the low line as these cars thunder down the back straightaway. I can tell you the crowd are enjoying this as much as I am. Great racing in the 1990-91 New South Wales Super Sedan Championship, and Wagga International Raceway is the venue. And look at John Leslight, he went up a little high there. Stu Robinson came in low. Oh, look at them down the back straightaway side by side now, but Leslight got the power on early and cleared away from Stu Robinson. John Leslight doing a fine job as he comes through turn 4 now, comes up the main straightaway once more. G. Robinson's a good competitor though. He keeps on coming back every time Leslight pinches a brake on him. John Leslight sitting centre track, comes up the lap a slower car now, and Leslight goes down the back straightaway. He's still not driving what I'd call particularly hard. He seems to be doing it very nicely and looking after the tyres in that car. Engine, transmission, not a problem as Johnny Leslight comes up the main straight. Oh, Stu Robinson got caught behind a slow car there, and that's cost him valuable time. So much so, in fact, that Peter Garrett's now in a position to be able to launch another attack and try and take over that all-important second place. As we watch Stu Robinson now trying desperately to make up for lost time on this race leader, Johnny Leslight. It's pretty unusual to see Leslight driving a white race car. He's famous for his yellow cars, right back to the days when he raced Tiranas. As now we watch John Leslight come up the back straight. Don't you go away, we've got plenty more motor racing to come. Welcome back to Sky Channel's telecast of the New South Wales Super Sedan Championship, coming to you from Wagga International Raceway. And Johnny Leslight's your race leader as he goes up the main straightaway once more, with just 5 laps left to negotiate for Leslight. And won't he be a proud man if he can pull this off? He's travelled a long way, hails from Lismore. And Stu Robinson, that's your second place car, currently lying second on the racetrack, the number 4 car. Still a lot of work to do. John Leslight has bolted with this one. He's about 12 car lengths ahead of the second place man, Robinson, as Robinson goes through down on the top of the racetrack on turn 2 and now starts to work his way up to the back straight. You'd swear blind it was daylight at this racetrack. Superb lighting as good as anywhere I've ever seen in Australian Speedway, as John Leslight now starts to work to the outside and pass a slower car down the main straightaway to complete yet another lap in his quest for the New South Wales Championship. Stu Robinson still laying second on the racetrack. Johnny Leslight, though, is doing a very, very good job, has built up a commanding lead, slowed down somewhat there for some reason, got right off the gas, I hope he's not starting to run low on fuel, Leslight, as he negotiates another corner. Turn 1 it is, as he starts to work his way onto turn 2, and now starting to move down the back straightaway. Stu Robinson lying second on the racetrack. I saw blue clouds of smoke emerge from his race car then. That could be a danger sign for him, and how unlucky would he be if something went wrong so close to home as John Leslight once again goes up the main straightaway. Yes, Robinson definitely has a problem. Smoke coming from the rear of that car. Peter Garrett has now moved through into second place. You've got to feel sorry for Robinson. He's put up a great performance in this race, and now he is laying third on the racetrack behind Peter Garrett and, of course, this man, race leader Johnny Leslight, as he comes up the main straightaway to greet the judge for the very last time. Now, can John Leslight hang on? All he needs to do is negotiate 3 more corners as he rockets now towards the back straightaway, and Johnny Leslight is going to win the New South Wales title for 1990-91. Couldn't happen to a nicer bloke, a great race car driver. Congratulations, John Leslight, as he goes up the main straight. A great win ahead of Peter Garrett, and Stuart Robinson was third in a very entertaining state title.